Hi, I'm Cider Spider, and welcome back to Project Zomboid's CDDA challenge, the most difficult way to start the apocalypse. Last time, I migrated deeper into the farmlands in search of food. There turned out to be far more zombies than anticipated. After fighting my way through, I found refuge in one of the houses. Now, it's time to start preparing to seek out a permanent shelter. Alright, it is the lovely hour of 4 a.m. in the middle of December, and we are back in Muldrow. Today, our plan is simple. I've been trying to collect supplies, and my current objective is to clear out all of the remaining buildings in this little farming town up around this bend in the road in preparation for a migration to a hopefully more resource-dense area where I will build my fortress. So I'm going to set out, and again, we're going to take all of the loot from every building, bring them back here, see what we've got, handle all of the logistics and accounting, and then set off on the road. First things first, I need to take stock of what I've got. Full disclosure, I started this character almost a year ago. He was created in 2024, long before Build 42 was in beta. I played for a few hours and then stopped, and so I'm picking this back up after having not touched it in a while. So I've got to do a little bit of refamiliarization. Like my general purpose stuff is hanging out in this wardrobe. I've actually got quite a lot of useful things, so that is good. Hopefully after raiding the rest of the houses, I'll have even more. The last time I messed around on this guy, I didn't really have much of a solid plan, but I've kind of put one together in my mind. I'll expand on that more as I make progress, but like I said, first I want to have a full accounting of all of the loot from the surrounding area. It does seem like I am short on blunt weapons, which is very unfortunate because that's my primary focus here. I've got a lot of alternative weapons, but I'm not nearly as qualified to use any of those, and so best case scenario is I find another stick type deal that I can smack people with, seeing as how that is my specialty. So we're just going to hitchhike on down this road and seek civilization, and hopefully I'll find it. It's a lonely, lonely world out here, and I sure could use a shiny new hammer to keep me company. Now, why is there a zombie here? I actually can't afford to do much fighting right now. I'm plenty strong, but my only weapon is not really that tough. My weapon's not as strong as I am, that's for sure. This is one of those fields that just has a ton of zombies standing around in it because it's kind of starting to feel that way. Alright, house number 1. Oh, it's even unlocked. There's soup. We got canned food and everything. This place is great. Dried black beans, thanks, house number 1. Some more canned food here. So pour out the rotten stew. If you're doing a lot of cooking, it's generally a good idea to hold on to these pots. Never know how useful that might be down the line. Well, time to go. I'll leave the zombies to bang on that door. They can have it. I have to say, since I finally started editing the videos for this playthrough, it's a lot more nerve-wracking to actually play the game. I didn't care as much before because none of the footage had been released, and so there was nothing to lose, you know, but now the stakes are a lot higher. I actually fear for this guy's life, because if he does in fact die, then the series could end in a very awkward and silly way. That's always the dilemma with a hardcore playthrough of any game, really, but we'll see how this one goes. I suppose it's a little early in the video to be asking questions. These are dangerous questions to ask, but what do you guys prefer as viewers of this type of content? Assuming that I die in a stupid way, what's the way to proceed? Oh, this car's got keys. But yeah, do I immediately remake? Do I just end the series? Do I do something else instead? There's no backup saves, so every car battery seems like it's dead. Very annoying. Okay, this house is fun. That zombie banging on. What? He's in there? That was weird. But yeah, hypothetically, let's say if I were to die in a silly way in a hardcore series like this, what do you think would be the best way to proceed? Let me know in the comments. Also, holy crap, look at all this beer. I like to keep an accurate map as I go. Should be a car icon on it somewhere. I guess this wrench will be the best thing. Let's put a wrench there. Oh god. Oh god. Why is there so many zombies in here? Oh man. Oh, a nightstick. And that scared me. They're all going down. Lovely bulletproof vest. No gun though. This other guy, however, does have a shotgun with rounds. I guess I'm wearing police gear now. Not my favorite type of fashion, but it sure is durable, and I need all the help I can get. Ooh, a battery. Tried kidney beans. With a bunch of random electronics scrap. Yeah, sure, why not? Not useful to me yet, but it may be someday. I'm not a hoarder, I swear. Might be a hoarder. Doesn't seem like every single house I break into is nicer than the one I'm staying at. How does that always happen? Still no weapons in here, though. Other than that, that nightstick is a big win. I'll stick with my metal pipe until it breaks, but it's one of the better short blunt weapons, actually. Oh, that house don't look so good. Come on out. Oh, there goes my pipe. Well, that's a shame. But now I'm stronger. Don't even think about resisting. Ooh, dog food. My favorite. Hope it's Alpo. Though I am partial to gravy train. I think we're going to have a nice snack of canned carrots. They're 2 houses off. Go check this burnt out one, but I don't think we're going to find a whole lot there for obvious reasons. But I mean, you never know. Canned sardines. That's the best thing we could have found. Rotten sausages. Now that is just depressing. It's a shame this seems like the biggest house on the block, and it's all burnt up. Is there even a floor here I can walk on? Kind of. Well, lo and behold, there was effectively nothing useful here. These lamps would be good if I needed to break them down to train electrical, but I haven't done any light reading yet, so that's probably not going to be worth my while yet. Okay, so there's still these other houses over here on this other block and the Pony Romo, but I recall both locations being pretty dense with zombies. Other problems include my weight dropping. That's a big problem, so here's what we're going to do. This is going to make me very sad, but I think now is a good time to eat an entire bag of dried black beans. As I sit in my charred house, eating dry beans, as you can see, now my weight is going up substantially. Unfortunately, I am also feeling a little sad. But if I read this comic book, all of a sudden my depression is cured. Thanks, Superman. And people said heroes aren't real. So, let's go toward the Pony Romo and figure out just what the heck the deal is with that place. Thinking I would take the scenic route through this forest trail, but I don't like the trees flanking me on all sides as zombies pop out from the unknown. Let's go down the road. Oh, cool. Oh, hey, that cop has another nightstick. I need that. Yeah, the road is already proving to be the better choice. Yeah, that. Another revolver. Out of my way, Cletus. Man, why do I always get myself into these situations? Truly, I have no idea, but fortunately, I seem to get myself back out of it. Honestly, with my injuries being cured and myself having actual weapons, I'm kind of like an invincible tank. Being out here in the boonies like this, there's almost never going to be enough zombies to pose a threat to me. This is why our plan is to scrounge up all the local supplies and then head to somewhere more resource dense, i.e. more dangerous. That is one of the interesting things about this CDDA challenge. Most of the difficulty is in the first couple days. It's just getting over all of the horrible status effects that you start with, but none of them are permanent, and so once you survive the start, it kind of just becomes a more standard game of Zomboid, although I don't know what the survival settings are on, but they seem pretty unforgiving. The fact that it's winter is rough, all the car batteries are dead, that part's really rough, and there's not as much loot as there normally might be, and so I think it's feels like a 6 months later type of deal, so that's where the added degree of long-term survival difficulty comes in, is just that things are more scarce here. I can't wait to try redoing this challenge in the new build of the game, Build 42. I think that should be really interesting, but I don't actually know anything about that. I haven't played 42 yet, and so it'll be kind of like starting fresh on my end. A lot of my skills won't necessarily transfer over because the game works very differently. All right, we're here at the Pony Romo. Let's see how bad things can get. Seems like not that bad so far. Well, it's time to cross the thin blue line. Oh, he has reinforcements. Die. Just call me Iced Tea. Ooh, bro, there's just a horde over there. Let's creep back this way. There's so many zombies surrounding the Pony Romo with third nightstick. Okay. And corned beef. Oh, gun case. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Why not? Here. Okay. Getting kind of late, and there's a concerning amount of zombies in the area. I'm gonna clear this last building and then head back to my farmhouse. Oh, man. Worse than I thought. Alright. Let's see how we do. Come on at me. Bam. Bam. There goes that weapon. Unfortunately, you can't repair nightsticks when they break, for some reason. So that goes on the floor, never to be used again. Oh, cool. Now I'm getting drowsy. Come on, Everett. If retail workers can get through a 12-hour shift, so can you. These aren't even the toughest customers. Alright, nice. Yeah, I'll take this over a horde of Karens any day. Alright, Pony Romo's kind of deserted. There's only one person in here. Great. It's kind of a long way home. Ah, cool. Another random zombie on my lawn. Alright, we made it back. Go ahead and get some sleep in this lovely bed. Oh, cool, gunshots. Well, that can only draw attention if there are actually zombies nearby to be drawn to it. Also, waking up at 4 a.m. is kind of crazy. Well, I've got a pretty crazy amount of supplies in here. This is going far better than I expected, but now I'm gonna run into the issue of I've got so much junk I can't even carry it all on my back if I leave. It's all starting to become a liability. Weight has stalled out again, so I guess I'll eat another bag of dried beans. Lo and behold, this makes the man unhappy. But there are plenty of books in the world, and I will read them all if it means staving off this depression. So, we've fully cleared the Pony Romo. There's some kind of building out here in this field. I don't know if I've been there or not, but we're not going to worry about that. What we want are these buildings off of this road over here. Once we've got that, we'll be done with this entire area. I don't think there's really much else out here. So yeah, I'm going to go grab all that loot, consolidate it, and then we'll figure out where our permanent home is going to be. I've got something in mind. Need to see if it's going to work. Huh. I guess there's a barn. And zombies, of course. Why wouldn't there be? And inside here is, well, hay. I don't really know what I expected. Go ahead and cross it off. Time to get back into the woods like friggin' Bigfoot. Oh, God. I don't like when zombies attack me in the woods. There's not a lot of room to maneuver. Alright, well, my plan is simple if stupid. I think I'm gonna kill all of these. Let's open a can of corned beef. Have us a lovely snack. Now they've got that full stomach bonus. Let's start smacking. Well, buckle your seat belts, keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. This might take a while. I really wish I had a hammer for this. Alright. No big deal. Man, I've been dying to find a belt on one of these zombies so that I could hotbar my weapons. Anyway, let's see what's in this this lovely house here. Magazines, and what looks like a lot of beer and chips. I feel like I'm finding a lot of beer and chip houses in this world. I don't know why, but kind of nice. It's not a bad thing. Comic book. It's actually a very good thing. It's quite handy. Search the whole house, it's pretty much empty. There's, a couple of useful things. Bit of food, but let's see about the shed. Oh. Oh, God. The heck did that come from? The shed has a generator, but nothing else. That's pretty cool. The thing about generators is you need to actually know how to use them, and currently this character doesn't. There's a book you need to read about it. So until I get that, I actually will not have any access to power. Doesn't matter how many generators I find or how much gasoline. I'm too stupid to plug it in. So yeah, that's pretty annoying, but there's one more thing I gotta watch out for. The moment I find that manual on generators, though, I'll be unstoppable. Ooh, there's bourbon in this house. Oh, what lovely neighbors we have indeed. Ah, great. He already knows, might as well let him in. Not like the property value can get much lower than this. Cool, another guy that drank himself to death. That seems to happen a lot around these parts. Fruit cocktail. This guy had so much to live for. Alright, next house. Seems to be occupied, but now it's vacant. Funny how quickly things can change. Oh, nope. Seems it's a party. Why do I hear another one? Oh. This is the worst house ever. You gotta go through the bathroom to get to the master bedroom. That's awful. Hit a ton of canned food, though. Well, okay. Looks like we've just got the other end of the street, and then we're done here. We're gonna get a little overloaded, though. Okay, that doesn't look so good. Let's try not to go that way. This is awkward. Made it. There's a zombie in here somewhere. There it is. Close those curtains. Ooh, this flashlight will be real handy. Alright, there's only one house left on this street. If we can raid that, we'll be done with the whole area, and then we can move on. There's so many zombies. There is kind of a lot of them standing around. And now there aren't. Whoa. What the heck? How many times are we gonna have to do this? Apparently a lot. What is up with this house? Okay. I think it's clear. Brick toys. Yeah, once again, that was a lot of effort for a house with really nothing in it. But it is 16 o'clock, which means we want to head back through the woods and get home. I think I finished all the looting in the area that I wanted to do. It's time to start prepping for phase 2 of the plan. Consolidation and then migration. I was really hoping that I would have a car by the time I was done working this area, but thing is how every car has a dead battery, it looks like I need to get a functioning generator first because I'm going to need to be able to recharge batteries before I can make any of those drive. So we've got our work cut out for us. There's so many zombies in the woods. Bro, I was at this hay barn earlier. There was not this many over here. It's okay, it's only 4. We should deal with them now while we're not too close to the house. Okay, solved for now. Let's hurry back before anything else stupid happens. Alright, let's just sort out our loot, hang up a little bit of flare. Lovely. I'm actually doing really well on food right now. Time for a nice night's sleep. We've got a long day ahead of us. Well, for some reason I woke up at 2 a.m., but that's fine because, again, I've got a long day ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and leave most of the stuff here. It's all too much to actually carry. But I'll bring with me the things that I think I will need for this journey that I'm about to take on. So, here's the thing. Far down the main road, there is a very small farming town. Not as small as this one, though. In fact, much bigger than this one. It's got grocery stores, general stores, police station, the whole 9 yards. It is a proper town. That is where I want to create my main stronghold. And it is going to be incredibly dangerous. It is going to be very risky, but I think I can handle it. And so, my plan is to spend the day heading down the road so that I can get my footing in that town. I'm going to walk the highway until I reach the first viable building and hopefully hole up there. All the supplies I've accumulated at this base will temporarily stay here, but I will probably come back for them. But I need to be a little bit light on my feet for this trip. I can't afford to carry my entire life on my back. Oh, zombies. I know this is uncharacteristic of me, but I'm not going to fight them. Until I reach my new safety, my new stronghold, my forward base, if you will, I'm going to try to avoid fighting as much as possible. I don't want to take any unnecessary risks, especially not in the dark. So it should be that if I just continue down this road, I will find civilization. But it is going to be a long walk. And apparently, for some reason, there's just a ton of zombies on the road. Yeah, why not? Makes perfect sense to me. Why wouldn't there be, huh? Well, that one's got an axe. It would be really nice to have a second axe, but I think, yeah, we're probably not going to be able to retrieve that. Oh, man. This is already so bad, but it's really just a glimpse of what's to come. I see a fence. Signs of civilization. That means we might be close. I feel like I'm regretting it already. I had a good thing at that farmhouse. That was at least a couple weeks worth of food and plenty of reading material. I could have just stayed in there, relaxed. The apocalypse didn't have to be so bad, but now that I've walked miles down the road, there's no simply going back. And what's ahead of me seems like it's going to be even worse. Cool, gotta love 2 crashed cars and a million zombies standing around it. Wouldn't have to be anything useful here, huh? No, I may truly be the last man on Earth. It is dire out here. Oh my goodness, how does it keep getting worse? There's just so many. Nothing out here, but there's so many zombies. Alright, well, I think this driveway here is our stop. This should be the first house at the edge of town. It looks like we're gonna have our work cut out for us in securing it. Oh my god, yeah, we sure are. Better get started. Okay, that's my nightstick broken. I've actually only got one more. I have overestimated my resources here. Alright, well, time for some ring around the rosy. We can hold the crowd around this barn here. They hopefully won't do too much damage to the main house. I'd like to keep as many windows intact since I still don't have a carpentry hammer. I can't board anything up. Alright. So far, so good. Let's Eat some sardines. Delicious. Kill a couple more zombies. Lovely. What is this building? It's a barn with nothing but a single crate inside. Anything useful in the shed? Just a fire extinguisher. Hopefully I'll never need that. Zombie in the closet. Break my window. Well, for as bad as it was on the road, things aren't so terrible at this little house here. There's even food. We're gonna want to get windows, curtains, rather, on all these windows. I'll take the curtains from this room and hang them up on the front door. I think the roadside is the one we're gonna have to worry about. Throw this festering corpse outside. And I would say we're off to a great start here. So, this is the distance I've traveled, as you can see. It's quite a long way. Put a new home base icon here. This is temporarily going to be my base of ops. Not permanent, but we've covered a lot of ground. Come a long way from the beginning. The early time started in this house right here. I managed to walk my way out of town, through the woods, over the river, past Grandma's house, through another set of woods, into the farmlands. I've been barnstorming for a while. Tore apart this entire farming community, and now we're a few miles down the road, ready to start anew with another one. But what lies beyond the reaches of my currently explored map is a much more densely packed farming community. Things there are going to be a lot worse than they have been ever before. I only hope I am as prepared as I want to believe. But honestly, this could get pretty bad. So next time we'll see if I've got what it takes to establish a fortress.